Start from this part. Dave here, how are you? If you need to turn the sound up on your laptop, phone or computer, do so. We have a packed show already and that has just really ticked me off. I will edit this show down to start from this point here. So you may be aware that the chat will not come up on the recording. It will be there as we go through them. What have we got? What have we got? About my worktop surfaces, I'm going to have a quick chat about these laminate tops that I've got in the workshop. Kreg demo out of the main jig. I had someone ask me about, whether the Kreg jig can be used on long pieces of timber and 2 inches thick. Well, I'm going to do it on something 3.5 inches thick to show you, yes, it can, and the length of timber, totally up to you. Viewers projects and wood shops. We've got a heap in this week. I've got to get through all of those. And viewers, Festool rotex tips. I will talk about those a little bit. The royal wedding, your thoughts. I watched a little bit of it last night, couldn't help it because Vicky had the TV running and, she'd go, oh, isn't that nice? And so, of course, you turn around and have a bit of a look. So poor old Harry didn't look like he was enjoying the sermon too much, but I think he was pretty happy to hitch up with that girl who was, I don't even know her name. I'm sorry, I'm not a royalist, but she was a good-looking girl and she seems to be smitten with him. Okay, the next thing, as always, in the description box below, just below Show More, open that up. It shows you the links to the Stanley competition. And I'll see if I can find that straight away and flick that over. There it is. We've probably got no sound with that, but maybe there is sound. I don't know. You guys can tell me. Give me some thumbs up. Yeah, if it is a road, they will fix it for you. There you go. Okay. Turn my volume up to 100% so make you out now. Excellent. If I do some machining, you're going to get really cranky. Okay, so back to Stanley Black & Decker in Australia. This is a competition that's been running and I've got the winner. I will announce this week as well. And I need to find another piece of paper that I probably haven't got here, but not to worry. I know who the winner is. It's all good. Absolutely British. There you go. And we're going to come back to this camera and I'm hoping the sound is still running okay. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. What's the next thing that we're going to be doing as well? So as I've said, check in the description box. All the links are down there. I don't need to tell you any more about that. Patreon, the people that are bringing this show to you this week, even though they may not be all that happy with the way that it's happened. Roger DeBolt, Johannes Mohr, John Wilson, John Parra, Vincent Ngian, Lewi Uberg, and Raymond Tot. If you want to jump in and get your name thrown up there as well, by all means, duck into the Patreon site. Help me out. Help me get a new microphone for this show. Right, now, what are we going to do first? Let's have a look at the Kreg. Let's jump straight into a Kreg demo. I'm going to turn this camera around and bring it over to here. And hopefully you're going to be able to see everything and still hear me. Now, to do this Kreg demo, I'm going to run some timber through these machines over here. Now, if I switch cameras, let me know if it's still going to work or if the sound is going to be terrible. I've got the other camera set there waiting. So here we go. Can you still hear me all right? Okay. Online from northern Wisconsin, evening all is good. Okay. Have been thinking, don't laugh when you get your new toy. Are you putting another dust extractor in the garage? Yes, I will be. Yes, I will. Okay, so can you hear me all right, guys? I'm halfway between the pair of the microphones. You can see me. My hand is coming into the scene here. All right, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to run a bit of timber through the thicknesser over here. And hopefully I've got everything ready. That'll save us a little bit of time. All good? Excellent. So I'm putting my earmuffs on, and normally when I put my earmuffs on, up goes the volume. Now, the other thing is when I turn the dust extractor on, you guys will hear a little bit of noise. There she goes. All right, I'm going to run through here with a bit of jarrah. See this old bit of jarrah? I'm going to take that off. Now, there's a way of doing this. Because it's got a step, I don't know if you can see all this, because it's got a step here, I'm going to feed it in this side, and then the rollers will grab here, and it gives me enough room to pull the timber out on the other side. I'll leave that off there for a moment. Let's hope this fellow is going to play ball with me. See that? Up a little bit. And again. And we're going in. Up. See that? I've got a bit more control. Nearly there. Nearly there. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's fun. Still there. Let's switch the camera back to this one. There. All right. Turn that one off. All right. Now what I was doing there was trying to get a bit of timber ready for another thing that I want to do, and which is use the rotex to sand this up. And the other thing I wanted to do is do a demo on using the Kreg jig and doing a join like such. And it's not going to take me very long to do that. I'm going to join through there and through there. So what do you think? Sky view, IMUPs, indeed they are. Audio is good, excellent. Now, where are we up to? I was going to run these over the jointer. I've got a couple of seconds, why not? Let's throw it on the jointer. Undo that. Drop that off there. Whip that off that one, and then down to there. I love these hooks. Then onto the jointer down the bottom here. And off that one. And onto the jointer's power lead. This is another thing. This is a 15 amp machine. This is a 10 amp machine. And it doesn't matter. I can plug a 10 amp cable into a 15 amp lead. It's not a problem. This is a 15 amp lead onto a 20 amp, I think it is, running over to the 15 amp power point. Let's get that one done. I'll switch cameras again. So here we go from there to there. And I'll swing this camera around so you're looking more down the bed of the jointer. All right, I'm us again. And turn this bad boy on down the end of the workshop. And I'm us. I'm not going to do that one. Just come around to here. First thing to do is check the direction of the grain. This is pretty old growth. This is very, very nice Oregon. Douglas fir, hemlock, whatever you want to call it. This is very old. I love it. It's beautiful. So I shall run this one. I got a fair bit of cranky stuff here, but seeing it's a helical head, it's not going to worry me too much. So I'm going to start from that end. Put an edge on there. Make sure I'm down the right depth. I'm down about 1 millimeter. Let's see how we're going to go. Yep. I'll leave that there. Doesn't that do a beautiful job? Look at that. And the other side. Again, magic truck. All right. Where are we? Other camera. There and there. Back to me. This has been fun. I'm pushing it along a little bit. I'm going to move this back further to about there. Hopefully that'll pick me up at the same time. Maybe, maybe not. Yep, all good. Are we enjoying it so far, guys? I'll tell you what, this has been a fun start. Every week, it seems that there is something else that's going to get me. Now, I'm hoping the echo isn't too bad. I'm hoping you can hear okay. The machines are all working beautifully for me this week, except for that Rode mic. I'm going to have to get in touch with Rode and see if they can get me a replacement microphone. The end just snapped off. I can't believe it. All right. I'm hoping it's not because it's too cool. We're going to be working with the Kreg at the moment. More drink. That is really weird. Really, really weird. Maybe it's because it's been cold. I don't know. Now, I'm going to do a couple of demos with this. Let's presume that this piece of timber is 100 miles long, and I can't stand it upright in the jig. Well, that's okay. I can take it out of the jig, just turn this off a little bit so we can see it all happening, and put it in this guy. Now, this is a transportation block. Don't be a grandma, Dave. Everything's cool. Excellent. Love it. All right. Now, this guy here is basically the K4, but in a transportable situation. There's a step on the end here. So I can hook that over the end of a piece of timber, and then I'm good to go. It's a bloody clever idea. This when I put it into this transportable block, also has this guy in the back, and will work in the indents down here. So I'm going to set this to 1.5 inches because that's close enough to what it is. But let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. I'll measure it, which means I've got to find a tape measure. Every time you thickness something, it's going to be a little bit different. Hey, look what I just did. There's part of the microphone. I've just found part of the microphone on the floor. I don't know where the rest is. It'll be there somewhere. All right, a grandma. Is that what you reckon, Carl? Don't be a grandma, though. I've never heard that. Let's measure it. I have 1 3/8 inches, which is 35 millimeters. I don't think the jig is going to tell me 1 3/8 inches. Well, it will. Look at that. Made a lot of it. Look at that. 1 3/8 inches right there. I'll set the jig down. Now there is a slot, a rebate there, a kind of a key there, which is leaving a bit of a dado. You lower this down into the dado, down to 1 3/8 inches. Tighten that up. Beautiful. Now I'm going to put a clamp on it. Now on the back of this little transportation block, you'll see there's a circle there. Can you see it? Now that is designed for that to go into. Then it's a matter, if I can hold it with one finger, turn these little guys on the side here, and the other one on the other side. Look at that. It's part of the Kreg clamp now. How many of you knew that? Did you all know that? You probably did. Very good, class. You're paying attention. So now, using the trusty Stanton bench, if you haven't got one of these, remember they're bloody easy to make. I slide that onto there, and then using the clamp, I lock it up. There you go. Now, as I say, this piece of timber could be from here to the moon long. Will not make any difference. I'm working on the end. So the only problem now is how I'm going to hold it, which isn't a problem, obviously, on this bench. But ordinarily, I would be doing this inside a cabinet. This is if you want to work on something that's already existing and you want to fix it. As I say, they're clever. Now, I need to set the length. This is where the K4 is going to come back into handy. And again, we take the pin out of there, or the Allen key out of there, loosen off this guy. So that stock collar can slide now. And I'm at 1 3/8 inches. So that's 1 1/4, 1.5 inches, 1 3/8 is just there. Can you see that? Maybe not. Very fused, he thinks Dave will break it. Okay. Yeah, you've got to get one of those charts from Kreg, they're brilliant. Now I'm going to sit it in there and down to all the way there, and I'm going to just slide it back up ever so slightly. This is you should be doing this on a table, basically. Tighten the stop up again. And I will do it on the table, it's just crazy doing it otherwise. Yeah, what a terrible thing. Broken microphone straight away. End of show. What do you do? Give it a bit more of it there. So now, and I always put things away. Always put the toys away. Now it is set for me to drill a hole there. And I'm going to turn it around this way so you guys can see it. There's the hole there. Let me have a quick read. Sounds good. Hello from Texas, Greg. Just borrow Barry's mic, Dave. Well, I could do. I love the Kreg jigs. I have to get one of those charts. These things here is what's been referred to. Put this into the drill. And the only thing is, I don't have dust extraction for this, but that's just the way life goes. I'll drill one hole to see if it's going to work for me. Take it out. Beautiful. Now you notice Again, the hole hasn't come out on the end, and that's fine. There's the hole here, straight down into there, and it's all the way down. It's nearly there. Now the screws, they say for 1 3/8. Let's see what we've got. 1 3/8. It says a 2-inch screw. Okay, not a problem. I shall 1 3/8 jig setting, 2-inch screw. Give me a second, I'll grab a 2-inch screw. And it's got to be 2-inch coarse. That's just the way that it goes. There's the screw. Move the drill over there. We're going to put the screw in and then we'll take it back out again because I want to show how you can just go crazy with this system without using their HD drill. You can still use the HD drill, but it's not a necessity. I'm going to lock it down in the bench with this bad boy. Get rid of that. Put that there. And we'll make a little joint right near the end. Spin that around, move a couple of things out of the way. I've got so many viewers things I've got to have a look at as well. So we'll get done what we can today, boys and girls. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to tighten the clamp up a touch. That's got you, it's not going anywhere. Ain't going anywhere. Alright, 2-inch screw with the little CXS. Down we go. Gotcha. Relax that. Straight away. Nothing. Absolutely beautiful. That's 1 screw. That's insane. That just pulled it up so nice. Can you see any splitting there at all? It's just magic. Now, the other thing I was going to do, we'll pull that screw out, and I'll show you what the other thing. And you can reuse it. There you go. And apart, beautiful. And notice that the screw exited the hole here right in the center of this. So halfway between 1 3/8, halfway between 35, which is close enough to 17 millimeters in from either side. Beautiful. There's the entry hole on the receiving piece of timber of the joint. And it did not come through either side. Where are we up to? Sound terrible, too low. Just made a note to get one of those Kreg wheels. No sound. Well, I think there is sound. Don't say the mic does up. Turn your sound right up. That's it. Yep. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I want to do a joint coming down this way and this. Well, maybe that one. This one might do best. So I need to hold that onto there manually, not with this. I'll take that off, and then I can put this on there, like that, and I can get the tall, this bad boy, or I could use a Bessie clamp or whatever I want, whatever I've got lying around, to hold that onto there. That's got him. And that's held up there. Drill the hole, and I'm going to leave it at 1 3/8. It doesn't worry me. I could go down to 1.5 inches here, and that would be fine. That one. Release it. Flip her over. Put the jig back in. I bet you there are so many people that don't realise that you can do this as well. Which is a shame. I'm going to move that across a little bit more towards the centre. Tighten this up a touch. Another direction. Yeah, it was an interesting thing that wedding last night. Other direction. Is it plus or minus? Oh, that's got it. I said to Vicky when they started singing God Save the Queen, I had a look and they put the camera right on the Queen. She didn't join in singing. I said, what's the story there? Doesn't she sing God Save the Queen? Of course she doesn't. She's probably never sung God Save the Queen in her life. It'd be self-edifying, wouldn't it? So that's a bit weird. Everyone else has to sing God Save the Queen. We used to sing it at school all the time. Before Advanced Australia Fair was our national anthem. Beautiful. How good is this bench? Let's say there's links in the description box. Now I'm going to lock this joint together. That way, there against, we'll put it in about there. That way up, like so. Drop this bad boy in. Gotcha. And screw in there. Look at that, didn't come through the other side. Amazing. Now why am I doing this? Just showing that you can use other screws than the HD if you want to. If push comes to shove. Look at that. Now I have no screws showing there or there. They're on the sides, like that and that. And whilst I'm here, I'm going to go another step. I love it, love it, love it, love it. What was I going to do? That's right, I was going to get a bit of this stuff down here. There we go. A bit of super glue. Oh dear, the sound. Now, ages ago, I'll turn this back this way. Ages ago, I made a little video about making this. This is a Kreg plug pusher that I designed. Now, mine holds onto it. The little mini Kreg jig has got this little rebate in the bottom, but it won't hold onto the plug. I'll show you how to make this. It's very easy, it only takes a couple of minutes. Glue, and we'll leave this together. I'm hoping this is going to hold. As I say, it's a little bit of super glue, straight in. Done. Well, that went in too far, didn't it? I wonder if they realise. I wonder. Let's flip her over on the other side and do one again. Do I have another plug here? I do indeed, right there. That way around, like so. And we're going to go in nowhere near as deep this time. Just go in a little. There. Beautiful. So, I'll give that a sand and it'll come up lovely. The other one went in way too deep. Alright, whilst that's drying, I'll zap over here. Turn the microphone around this way, or turn the camera around this way, back to there. And I'm hoping you sound a long way from the mic. I am indeed. I'll bring that one in closer again. Yeah, for people that are only just tuning in, the problem I had was the end broke off my microphone. My lapel microphone just snapped off a couple of minutes to go. Now, Hopefully the sound is better now. Hopefully. If it's not, I will turn the other one. Desktop audio is get a lot of tear out when using the jig. I don't know why. Some have wardrobe malfunctions. Dave has microphone now. Yes, he does. He does. Is it coming up louder now, or is it still distant? Because it might be picking up from this camera, or it might be picking up from that camera over the other side. And if it's picking up from that one, I don't know what the answer is going to be. Sounds great. I'll leave it there. All right, now, this guy here, let's hook in. First I want to do is Nick Gibbons' workshop. You ready? Here we go. So Nick, as requested, Dave, some pics of the workshop after a happy day working away at things. The real score was finally getting my hands on a TXS for $99 NZ, the equivalent of a bag of peanuts in most other currencies. Barely being used, and I love it. Though thought it made sense to rebuild my drill storage. In honour, also finished the rebuild of the dust extraction, which is now much stronger. Moved my air reel onto the ceiling above my main work area and added some simple racks for my small collection of clamps. A fun weekend in all. Now I asked him, where does the dust extractor vent to? And he says it vents under the house. It's fully insulated and lined, so no risk that the dust will make its way back up into the house. Plus, I live in the south Warrarapa in New Zealand. Wind is kind of our thing here. There you go. So back to me for a second. Nick, a bit tinny. Thanks, Stephen. That's fine. Now, Nick, those clamps that arrived on Amazon are on their way to you. I got them sent to you, and so I've just popped them in the mail, and you should have them within a week. So good on you. Thank you very much for being my first Australian Amazon customer, even though you live in New Zealand. Where are we? Next thing. So that's number one. Number two, Derek Lark. Let's see if I can find Derek's contribution. I'm looking up through the rest of this stuff here. There we go. And Derek has, hi Dave, loved the show today. Listened on the drive back to Canberra from the coast. You asked for photo projects. Here's a dry fit of the tall footstool I'm doing for my wife. Tossing up whether to use pocket holes to attach the top to the stretchers. I think that might be stronger and neater. Thanks for all the effort you put in. Not this week, I didn't. I hadn't thought of using the pressure washer for the outdoor furniture, for example. This is the photo of the taper jig I made to do the legs as well on the footstool in the earlier email, which is now on my shorter. Isn't a little short as my wife didn't like the original height she requested. More photos on completion. All made from scrap, including the T-nut, which came out of a discarded rowing machine. Waste knot, still trying to talk John L into 3D printing the adjusting arm. Okay, next thing. We're kicking through up. The K5 does have a few nice upgrades over the K4. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So that's one and two. Number three. Now this one, I'm going to slow it down a little bit because this is an image that was sent to me from Carl Karcher. Now, Carl has lost a very good friend very recently. And I'll read what Carl sent to me. Hi, Dave. I'm sure you remember that my friend Harry Mills passed away several weeks ago. I appreciate the kind sympathy that you expressed at his passing. I've attached a photo of a memorial bench dog that John Lafferty made for me. It arrived in the mail today. It's funny how things work. On my way to the memorial service for Harry this afternoon, I find it quite striking that the dog should arrive on the same day as memorial service. I wanted to brag a little bit about our friend John. He's a good man, and I deeply appreciate his kindness in doing this. He has been a blessing to me. Thanks, Carl. And that is so true. So true. And what a lovely thing to have when you drag that out to start planing some timber, just to look down and say, hi, Harry. You know, it just motivated a memory for you. Now, I don't know, pardon me, more drink. Better. I don't know if that's something John's going to offer people, but He may, but I think that would take him a fair while to do, so he would probably charge you for it. 4, Bob Lewin's stool. Let me have a look, see if I can find Bob here. Indeed I can. There it is. And Bob says, Bob Lewin here, how are you? He's being a bit of a smarty, isn't he? Dave, on the Mother's Day show, you demoed the Kreg K4 and mentioned the stool. Well, I just completed my second, although with a simple one-piece top. This project of yours should be in everyone's shop. It's such an easy and strong stool. It is. I'm sending these pics in case you wanted to show how easy it is to put something together using the Kreg K4. Also, you'll note that I roughed a few of the Kreg screw covers on some of the screw holes on the legs. I wasn't looking for perfection, as nobody will ever see the joints except me. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Bob. All right, what's the next one? Where are we? We're getting through them. Over to the next one here. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Isn't that great of John to do that? You know, no one asked him to do it. He just quiet achiever in the background. Look, not like me. I'm noisy when the microphone's working. The last one. Okay, the last one here is this. Debbie's cat Riff is having a bit of a watch. Apparently she likes watching the show. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe she's waiting for Barry. I think Riff has forgiven me for putting her in the Irwin bag. She really enjoys the shows. Thanks again for taking the time to do them, Dave. It is my pleasure. My pleasure indeed. Yes, you are. It's great. The sound is not brilliant, but it is functional. Exactly right. Next thing. I'm going to go through all of the stuff that I've got on this list. See that? It won't take long. I've got everything that's been highlighted done. Now I'm going to work from the top, and we've got Melanie images from Steve Bruford. Now, you might remember the other week I said, you know, it would have been great to see some pictures of the trucks. Well, that's one of the trucks with its side tipping function open. You can see the hydraulic rams at the front, you know, all made out of timber and dowels. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing. So thank you very much, Steve, for sending that in. Next one is Hilton Bond. Hilton's up in the tropics in the north of Queensland, and he is making this beautiful table. And he's had a go at using some bow ties. He's making some timber bow ties. There they are, when they've just been popped in, so they haven't been sanded down yet, and I think he's about to sand them down. There they go, it's all sanded. And he asked people which way up he should make the base, and he's got this stump that he's going to use. And I think it looks better that way. It looks like something out of Lord of the Rings almost, doesn't it? More drink. We'll leave it on there for a second. And what's the next one down? We've got Justin Carmichael. Justin has sent in some pictures of some signs that he's been making with his CNC machine. Now, he's aware, as a lot of people are, that I'll be getting a CNC machine soon, and I'm nowhere. It's going to take me forever to get the hang of it and get around it. But this man is a talent with it. Look how good it is. Just amazing. So, Justin, thank you very much for sending those in. He pops those on. People often put things on my Facebook page, the live stream, the Dave Stanton live stream Facebook page. You can apply to jump in there if you wish. We're at your jointer. Okay, so that's telling me that the other camera is doing all the work. How about I switch to this camera and I bring it over here. We'll see how that goes. Now, you may need to turn your volume down a little bit because I'm right beside the other camera now and moving it over. You can see that it's going to come over and replace this guy. Is that any better at all? I'll move this other camera out of the way. Let's see what happens. Sound much better. Excellent. Well, I'll move this bad boy out of the way and say thank you for coming, but you're no longer required. I had a game, an Amiga 500, and there was this game. And when you got shot to bits at the end of it, because that's what happened to me all the time, there was this sergeant major or field marshal or whoever he was, and he said, thank you for coming. Your time is over. And so that's what I just said to that other camera. It might sound weird, but anyway, the light's not going to be as good on this camera. Much better. Excellent. Terrific. Okay. I still prefer the wireless microphone. It's really good sound on that one. This one, we'll see how we go. Everyone, turn everything down, and away we go. Next one. The things we do. I'm not doing too bad for a 60-plus kind of old guy trying to work with technology. Where are we? The next one. Greg Wyatt with his son. So that's Greg and Alistair. They've bought a pair of eye muffs each, and this is a father and son moment. I reckon that's fantastic. Thank you very much for sending that in, Greg. The next one. Lewi Uberg has gone crazy building walls all around. You can't have lost the stream. I'm sure it's still running. Anyone else lost the stream, or is it good? Dave, you do excellent woodworking videos. I watch them all the time. Excellent. Lost it here too. Hopefully it's still going. I haven't done anything to kill it. I really haven't, and it says that it's going fine. All right. What about anyone else? Has anyone else lost it? You are not... well, I am past 60, I'll tell you that now. Still good. Okay. I don't know why other people... I don't know. Good. Okay, thank you. So there's Lewi's wall. Lewi lives in Norway, and he is building this wall. His wife is pregnant. He has already got a couple of kids, and I think she's got him out doing things. She's got the nesting bug real bad. Now, what's the next one? Oh, more people watching. Here's Andrew Monks watching in Japan. So there, he says if you look hard enough, you can see Mount Fuji off to the right-hand side out his window in the motel. The next one. Here we go. Leroy came in and saw me last week at work, and he said, Dave, I see you using the rotex. And I said, do you want to go, Leroy? And he said, yeah. Now, the only thing is, when Leroy was using the rotex, I told him, don't go so fast. A lot of people move over sanding very quickly, and I'll come back to this camera here. When they're sanding, they move it very quickly. And the problem with that is that it's you're not giving the sander enough time to actually work. Now, there's a happy medium between what fast and super slow. Now, Leroy just dropped into a super slow mode, and the thing was digging because it was in poplar. So there was little dents. You should have been going a little bit faster than that, Leroy. I thought about that after you left. Anyway, he kept the piece of poplar with it. It was a nice piece of figured poplar. I thought, all I can do is give him that piece of poplar to remember the day, and I hope you make something really nice with it, Leroy. What's the next thing? Dave Wally here at 65 years on you. And it's great. Now, thank you. All good. Could not agree more. Oh, thank you. 67 next Sunday, Marshall. Wow. You're a fair bit older than me, buddy. Next thing. Have you still got glasses, Marshall? See, look how much they increase that on-air sign behind me. Or look at my eyes. Is anyone else stupid when they get past 60, or is it just me? All right. Next thing. Marius sent in a photo of his eye muffs. Now, he did originally send a picture in of his him and his son using a jointer together. And I just thought I'd better not throw that photo up for two reasons. One, it was a kid. And the other reason was the child was using the jointer. Now, the child would have been around 4 or 5. And I just thought that might have not really been sending out the right signal. So I asked if he could send in another photo, which he did. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, look, Nicola, here she is sporting the what is it? I'm trying to find the piece of paper. She's sporting the DeBolt t-shirt and hat that Darren won last week on the giveaway, and she's modelling it quite well. So that's terrific, and thank you very much, Nicola, for being a good sport and throwing the gear on and letting us all see what happened, what came along. And I think he also got a stubby holder as well as a level. Now, who won the competition? I was going to read through them all and see if I could let you know, but I don't know if I brought all of the other pieces of paper down. They may be here, they may be up in the workshop. I'm doing a quick walk around the back here to see if I can see them anywhere. They're not there. Are they down here? They may even be in my car. What's this one here? I found them. This will be good. I didn't want to lose this part. This is a good part. Okay. I ask you to put a comment in. Some of them are funny. Some of them, you know, I think, Anyway, so here's the responses as to why you should get a Stanley 4-foot level. And the cap and the shirt. First one, I need something to cover my bald spot. And that's something that's starting to concern me a little bit too. Next one, my level is so old it's wood and ready for the fire. Always need something to keep me on the level. I have just started to get a bit more serious about woodworking and only have a cheap rubbish tools to use. The eye isn't good that good anymore. Why not? Any brand is better than Craft-Right. That's a bit harsh. Well, I have never won anything in my life, so a new level would be great to replace my old Stanley level I had for 20 odd years. Because I'm greedy and I want all the tools. Current level is non-branded, don't know the age of it. It's full of nicks and chips, can't use for straight markings. Would be nice to get a fully functioning level. Thank you. Sometime I'm not sure which way is up. A fresh shirt and true level would help me with direction maybe, so I can stay in the level in my life. I need a level of quality to keep me on the level, Dave. Have always desired a level like this, never found the time or money to purchase, tempting as they are. Now be aware, the last one I read out is the winner. So if you haven't heard your comment yet, you're still in the running. Unless, of course, you put something in, it was a little bit ribald, and then I deleted it. So that's as a warning as well. I love this one. It's a shame it didn't win. My wife likes the handyman look, and it's time for a second kid. Think about it. I love it. I cut my level with the saw. Whoops. My old Stanley level has a busted bubble. A new level would be great. I need a new level. Can't afford DeBolt stuff, so if I win, at least I will look cool. Mum and Dad have just built a new house, and I'll be landscaping their garden for them. A 4-foot level would be handy. And the rest of the people probably think, oh, I'm in with a chance. I'm in with a chance. I have one already. Would love to win another one for my brother. I don't want or need, just looking for a chance to win something. Better to be straight than bent. Because my wife has banned me from Bunnings, it is always great to win free tools. Build up the tool collection. And the winner, you know who it is. The winner is, I have an old level I use. Next year, I have to move my workshop to the other side of the yard to make room for a granny flat to be built. Michael Christopher, you are the winner. And thank you so much, everyone, for entering. It's good fun to read these out. It really is. Thank you so much for entering, Michael. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, I think I've got everything there done. The last thing I'm going to do is a quick demonstration with the Festool rotex. And a quick drink. '71 the other day, were you, Stuart? Dear. Damn, I sound like the oldest at 73. Average age, maybe in the 50s. 64 years old. Dear. Is that precise, Carl? You're a young 73. Congrats, Michael. Yes, Michael. Yeah, great. Thanks, Dave and Stanley. I will get in touch with you via email after the show sometime, maybe tonight. And Jeremy Carter will flick that level out to you. You have to let me know which one you want. Be aware the carbon fibre one has gone. to Darren last week. So there's the two styles left, the I-beam, I think, and the box section. Both Fat Max. And of course the shirt, and you'll have to give me your shirt size and the cap. So that's all you have to do, Michael. You can send me an email at davestantonfans.com and I'll take it from there. All right, I'm going to swing this around. Oh, the fun of it all. The fun. Turn that around like so. And we'll have a quick look at the rotex. Moving things around. Sorry, guys. This is taking me a little time. I'm hoping when I come around that I shall be in the picture. I'll lift that up ever so slightly. That'll do. That should do. All right. Rotex. Now, I was showing Leroy the rotex at Carmichael the other day. I don't mind mentioning people's names. They pay me to work there during the week. They do not pay me to do anything regarding this show or anything on my channel. So, credit where credit's due. They pay me for actually working in the store. Carmichael, though, will be doing not this week, the week after, they'll be doing the prize that week. And I'm going to hold off until next week to tell you what it is. I chose it, and I think it's going to be really, really nice. They're doing it once just to see how it goes. So for people in Australia, again, sorry, the rest of the world, it's only for Australia. If you're keen to get something from Carmichael for free, and I'll post it out to you as well, tune in next week as well, and the competition will be there. This week's competition in the description box with all the other links. And also, while I'm here, thank you so much to the person who purchased a whole truckload of tools from the Amazon site in America, the US, last week. I nearly fell off my chair. I couldn't believe it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say it enough. It's terrific. It's when things like that happen, I'm really happy about it because you are getting a product at the same price you pay anywhere else. But this show is getting a little bit of a consideration from Amazon for doing that. And it really does make a difference. Last night I spent 3 to 4 hours preparing this show, even though it may not even look like. Every one of those little bits of slides that I did are a small movie that I have to create. So I import the photos, I make sure that they work on the screen correctly. I make sure that if they're going to be a movie style, I push them all in, do all the editing with it, save them, bring them over to another computer. You know, it seems small, but when you add it all up, it takes a fair bit of time. And then this morning, get everything ready down here. And that rotten microphone, this would have been a pearler of a show if it had all come together. But anyway, as I say, if you can jump on those sites, I do links in countries that I feel that people are watching. We've got America, Canada, Germany, Australia are my largest viewing audiences. And then we've got Spain, a fair few people. Unfortunately, there's no Norwegian Amazon. Otherwise, I know Lewi would be there every week helping out. That's just as an aside. Again, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me. Now, the rotex. Festool rotex. You've probably seen the video that I did on this machine cleaning Arthur's benchtop down. Now, one of the things that I can show you, or a few of the things, are the accessories. Now, it comes with this guy. I don't like it. It goes into the side like an angle grinder. I find that I lean over into one quadrant when I'm using it. I'll end up digging holes in whatever I'm doing. So that has never been used by me. I got this. Now this I call the duckbill. And it slides onto the front like so. Now I showed Leroy this the other day as well. The reason I like it is it stops, this part here gets hot. I can have my hand out the front and the hand at the back. I've got equal bearing pressure. See that? It just is pushing down at the same time. It is strong and it's hollow in here so it doesn't heat up. I love it. It really does keep things constant. They've also got this pad here which slides into the same spot and stops the machine bumping into things. Like if I was doing a skirting board, if I was doing a floor around the edge, this would stop me hitting the skirting board. And it does allow for the geared motion. See that? I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm going to turn it a bit more. It doesn't come out past it. So that's a couple of things that I can show you with the rotex. It comes with, I'm going to hit this guy here. The pads come off like so. That is the hard pad. The blue one is the hard pad. Good for doing edges and big flat surfaces. The black one is the high temperature, and it I was just having a quick look at that. Yeah, these are the old-fashioned style ones. There's new ones out, which are the multi-Jetstream or Jetstream 2, whatever they've called it. Has more holes in here to be able to even better dust extraction. So this is a standard pad for if I'm doing weatherboards or, you know, surfaces that I have to follow the contour with a little bit. And this is the super soft pad. This is really soft. It's a grey pad. I don't know if they're still doing that. See, it's got the old pattern. There is no holes in the middle. And it's for bullnosing. And there's also an interface pad you can put over the top of that again, which, you know, I could sand the handle of that with it. It makes it that soft. Now, all of those are also available for the ETS. All right, now I'm going to put this back on, like so. Make sure it's in the right spot. Beautiful. And let's get some sandpaper, and I'll quickly demonstrate it with the duckbill handle on. This one, it's not called the duckbill handle, that's just what I call it. There, beautiful. Now, the other thing we're going to think about is the lead that I'm using, and this is the right lead for this machine. It's not one that I've been playing around with and bastardizing. And the dust extraction. It's hooked up to the little vac underneath, and I'm hoping that it's not going to join in with the microphone and not do anything. I need to plug it into the power supply. I've got the 15 amp here that I'll run it through. It's not going to worry it. It's only when you get to smaller, as you found out the other week. And the eye muffs, this time I'm just going to pop them on here. Oh, I've got another video of Barry I'm going to put out. I'm playing around with it, tweaking it a little bit, but it's got the original music. And I don't know if Barry's days are many left at all. He's not looking good. So I thought I'd grab some video while I've still got him. Is that bad of me? I don't think it is, but... All right, the rotex, where are we up to? Editing video is very time consuming. Is the duckbill is a Festool? Yes, it is. It's a duck. The duckbill is a Festool, genuine Festool accessory. In dog years 481. We now have Bunnings in the UK. Can you send Carbotech as well? Tracy, thank you very much for your blessings. Joe, yep, it should come with it, given the price of the rotex. Only a hollow piece of plastic, but you know Festool. When we bought the rotex, I didn't think that duckbill was available. I've never seen it until today. It's brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, it's the other thing as far as price with Festool is concerned. I know they're pricey. You know what? I haven't got a problem with that. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. If you need the thing, buy it. I haven't found anything like this machine to equal it. You know, I know Bosch have got one, but it's the previous make of this style. Festool have got this machine absolutely perfect. I know some of the Festool machines aren't great, and that's just life. But this one, beautiful. So I'm going to lock that down on both ends with the other one as well. And I'm sorry if I am hanging around a little bit. I'm going past 12 o'clock because we didn't get a start until, you know, later in the day. Here we go. Switch these down. And if you haven't got these things yet, get them. They're brilliant. You saw Dr. Kreg and Alistair got them. I know a heap of people have actually bought them and they love them. They work very well as earmuffs on their own, or you can flick the front down as an eye muff. Now I'm going to put some sandpaper on because that would have been a disaster. I think I've got sandpaper here. I thought I brought it over. There we go. Sandpaper now as well is, these two are both 120 grit. both by Festool. This is Reuben, this is Granat. Granat is a ceramic abrasive and it's coated so it doesn't build up. This is a great paper, this is better. This is slightly more expensive, but it's the one that I've been using. And I'm going to start off with 80 Reuben because I haven't got any Granat in 80. Maybe someone would like to give me some. Here we go. I'm going to see how we go. That's why I like it. That's why I love this machine. Have a look at that. 2 seconds. And straight away, that's how good it is. That's 80 grit. And I love this bench. 120. I always go 80, 120, 180, 240. I haven't got 240 today. I've got 220, and then 320 and 400 if I can. If you're going to use Osmo oils, go to 120, no further. You read up on what they say to do. 120 is the limit. And I can see why. I can bring this over so you can have a better look. If I put that there, it's great. No swirlies. Absolutely beautiful. I always leave my rotex in geared mode. I very rarely flick it over to random orbit. 120. So for my stuff, waxing. If you want to hang around, guys, by all means, I'm going to be here for about another 5 to 10 minutes. Here we go. I love this machine. 180, 220 will be next. The last one will be 320, but I'm going to do 320 on the ETS. I'm going to show you why in a second. Where are we up to? Okay, this is a 5mm orbit, or stroke, whatever you want to call it, but it's a random orbit sander. I'll show you where we're up to now. This camera is not the best, but it might. It's like glass. It's absolutely beautiful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a couple of different things. Now, I should really do a video on this. I've been telling everyone to use the Triple E, which I still do. I still love telling people about using Triple E. But there's another thing I'm going to start showing people as well, and that is the Shallow Wax. What is it? It's the wood turners friction polish. And they say on the side here, apply 2 or more coats for a brighter, more durable finish on objects that will be used under constant handling. So that's why I'm going to use this. Triple E is basically a waxy kind of a compound that's got Triple E powder. Triple E powder is a fine polish. Now, Jim Carroll set me straight on this, and I thank you for that, Jim. That's terrific. Even though that sounds, I thank you for that. Doesn't sound like me talking. I'm pushing along. I'm trying to get the show finished. So, Triple E polish. I call it wax. Now, I'm going to put a fair bit on. What the Triple E does, it takes it down to around about a 1400 grit polish. I'm not going to use the flies pad or fleece pad this time. I'm going to stick with that piece of sandpaper. You watch it. See, it's starting to build up on the paper. What you can do is you can build it up on the actual piece of paper, and you'll be amazed. It heats up and starts to bog. So you put a bit more. Ideally, it's best to use something like a 400 grit paper, but I don't have any here with me. Take that off. See that? That's so smooth. And now I'll bring it over, have a look. Starting to shine. So what I'll do now is I'll hit it with the glow. And I need to wax this up. Now the reason this is in a plastic bag is it arrived at work smashed. So we're going to throw it out. And I said, hold on, don't throw it out. So I've never used this stuff before in my life. You guys are going to be watching the first application. So the top of the bottle was totally gone. It had disappeared. Oh, wow, look at this. This might be my new favorite. I'm putting a fair bit on. Am I doing it right, Michael? Michael will tell me anything today because he's just won a level. I'm going to give it a bit more of a hit with this one. Looking good, I've got to tell you. Very, very nice. Just keep rubbing it in. This is designed for if you're using a lathe and you hold the rag under the piece on the lathe as it's spinning. Now, I don't have a lathe here to do this on. This is a little bit of fun for me. Still reading. Constant handling. Beautiful. That's what it's going to get. What I'll do now is I'll go to another part of the rag that hasn't got any on it. And I'll do this. Whoa! Look at it popping. Look at that popping up. That is very, very, very nice. Jim, am I kind of getting it right? Oh. Man, that feels beautiful. So there we go. You can see all the lights now reflecting in it. Look at that. How nice is that? I think it looks best up there. Hand above it. Very, very, very nice. Alrighty. I think that's going to have to do us for today, guys. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Thank you for putting up with another technical bloody headache. And it'll be interesting to read through everyone's comments regarding the royal wedding. Even though I don't think there's too many people here watched it or have much of an interest, but I do respect if you do have a love of the royal family, I respect that. Not a problem at all. But for me, being the descendant of a convict, I'm happy for. Better not talk about it. But anyway, as I say, different. Thank you everyone for coming. Have a good week. Look after yourselves. Enjoy the moment, because as you saw, I was enjoying the moment till about 5-2. Then, dead mic. Thanks again for watching, and I shall find this and turn it off, and we'll take it from there. Mirror finish, isn't it good? Okay, great show, great show. In the end, in the end it was. Thanks again, guys. See you later.